Hello, everyone, and welcome to TNV Academy, your trusted channel for expert knowledge on international standards and best practices. Today's session is a deep dive into one of the most critical yet often misunderstood areas of ISO 20001: leadership and commitment. ISO 20001 is the international standard for IT service management system, that is SMS, and leadership commitment is its backbone. The success of any service management system doesn't start with tools or procedures. It starts with leadership. If the top management is not actively involved in guiding and supporting the service management system, then the system will remain just a paper-based exercise with no real value to the organization or its stakeholders. In this comprehensive lecture, we will explore what leadership means in the context of ISO 20001, how commitment is demonstrated, what roles top management must play, and how their involvement drives continual improvement, customer satisfaction, and alignment with business goals. Understanding the clause. Clause 5.1 of ISO 20001 is titled Leadership and Commitment. It outlines the responsibilities of top management in establishing, maintaining, and improving the service management system. Now, who is top management? These are individuals who direct and control the organization at the highest level, typically the CEO, CIO, or service director in an IT context. The standard demands more than just verbal support. It requires active involvement, resource allocation, strategic oversight, and accountability. Leadership here refers not just to issuing policies, but to creating a culture that embraces service excellence, process adherence, continual improvement, and customer centricity. Commitment goes beyond signatures. It means staying engaged, being visible in support, empowering others, and making strategic decisions that reinforce the SMS. Strategic direction and integration. One of the key requirements under this clause is that leadership must ensure the SMS is aligned with the strategic direction of the organization. This means the service management system is not an isolated entity. Instead, it should be woven into the business strategy. For example, if a company is planning to scale its digital services, the SMS must evolve to support cloud, automation, and 24/7 support operations. Leadership must review service objectives to ensure they reflect the strategic aims and anticipate future needs. Integration also means including SMS considerations in major decisions like vendor selection, risk planning, and customer experience improvement. Leadership has to ensure that service management is not left behind when business strategies shift. A disconnected SMS leads to inefficiencies, miscommunication, and customer dissatisfaction. Demonstrating commitment. The standard outlines specific ways leadership should demonstrate commitment. This includes ensuring policies and objectives are established and compatible with the strategic direction, promoting a culture of continual improvement and risk-based thinking, ensuring the integration of the SMS into the organization's business processes, providing resources necessary for effective SMS operation, communicating the importance of effective service management and conforming to the requirements, directing and supporting people to contribute to the effectiveness of the system. These points are not theoretical. Let's look at an example. Suppose a company introduces a new IT service platform. Leadership must ensure the SMS adapts to include incident handling, change control, and capacity planning for the new platform. They must allocate funds, assign competent personnel, and integrate the service into existing reporting and improvement systems. If leadership merely observes without support, the platform may fail to meet customer expectations due to lack of process alignment. Establishing policies and objectives. Leadership has the responsibility to establish the service management policy and measurable service management objectives. The policy serves as the organizational declaration of intent regarding service quality, availability, and responsiveness. It must be appropriate to the context of the organization, meaning it reflects customer needs, legal obligations, technological capabilities, and the internal business environment. Objectives, on the other hand, must be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Top management must not only set these objectives but also ensure they are communicated and understood across the organization. For instance, an objective such as reduce service downtime by 15% within the next quarter should be cascaded down to service desk, infrastructure, and network teams, each with their own aligned targets. Leadership must then review progress during management reviews and take corrective action where necessary. Without their oversight, objectives lose value and the SMS becomes reactive rather than proactive. Providing resources. No system can function without the proper resources, and it is the responsibility of leadership to provide them. This includes people, tools, training, infrastructure, and financial support. For example, if the incident management process is suffering due to understaffing or outdated software, it is leadership's job to recognize this gap and act. Commitment means enabling success. Leadership should regularly assess resource adequacy and future needs during planning cycles. Furthermore, they must also allocate time and attention, participating in meetings, reviewing metrics, and encouraging involvement. Let's also talk about human capital. Leadership must ensure that service management teams are competent, well-trained, and empowered to make decisions within their roles. An empowered team is one that knows its values, understands expectations, and has access to continual learning. Leadership must ensure that service management teams are competent, well-trained, and empowered to make decisions within their roles. An empowered team is one that knows its value, understands expectations, and has access to continual learning. Leadership's commitment is demonstrated when team members feel supported and valued. Communication and culture. One of the most subtle yet powerful areas of leadership influence is communication and organizational culture. Leadership must communicate the importance of service management both formally and informally. This includes email, town halls, review meetings, and dashboards, but also extends to conversations, decisions, and recognition programs. Employees tend to emulate what leaders emphasize. If service quality is celebrated, it becomes a part of the culture. If leaders neglect SMS issues, it becomes an afterthought. Leaders should create an environment where service performance is measured, discussed, and improved regularly. They must encourage feedback and remove fear of reporting problems. For example, if an outage occurs, leaders must encourage root cause analysis, not blame. That cultivates a culture of transparency and problem solving. Communication must also extend to external stakeholders, customers, regulators, and suppliers. Customers should be informed of leadership's commitment to quality services and how the SMS helps deliver that. Governance and accountability. Leadership must also assign roles and responsibilities clearly. Governance structures should exist to ensure that SMS processes are not just documented but effectively implemented and monitored. There should be a clear chain of accountability: who owns which process, who is responsible for reporting metrics, and who is responsible for improvement initiatives. Leadership must ensure that audits, reviews, and performance evaluations are not just formalities, but tools for governance. They should also monitor compliance with the statutory and regulatory requirements. In today's landscape, IT services often touch data protection laws, cybersecurity regulations, and contractual obligations. Leadership must ensure that the SMS incorporates these compliance requirements and adapts when new regulations emerge. Accountability must be set at all levels, and leadership must walk the talk by holding themselves accountable first. Continual improvement and long-term value. We now come to the final aspect: continual improvement. Leadership commitment must include a vision for long-term enhancement of the SNS. This means not being satisfied with basic conformity but striving for excellence. Leadership should review service performance trends, customer feedback, audit results, and emerging risk to identify areas for improvement. They must support innovation, whether it's adopting automation, AI-driven service desk, or better service metrics. Continual improvement also means recognizing success and learning from failures. Leadership must celebrate milestones, reward effective teams, and document lessons learned. This fosters motivation and builds maturity in the SNS. Over time, such a culture results in higher customer satisfaction, lower service downtime, and better alignment between IT services and business needs. In closing, leadership and commitment in ISO 20001 is not just a clause, it is the driving force behind successful service management. When leadership is visible, strategic, resourceful, and supportive, the entire organization is empowered to deliver world-class IT services. Thank you for watching this extended session on TNV Academy. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel TNV Academy. Stay tuned for more in-depth videos on ISO standards and professional best practices. And I, Akanksha Mishra, will see you in the next episode of TNV Academy.